3.
Shalom Ubracha. My name is Kalman Flax, and I want to tell you about a really special story that happened right here on May 27th, 1948. As I'm sure you all know, the Jews in the Jewish quarter were besieged. Caught on the outskirts were the Arabs surrounding them, and the Jordanian Legion attacked on May 13th, 1948, as soon as the British withdrew, and the Jordanians outnumbered the Jews who were here 10-1, and in ammo probably 100-1. And all day they were shooting guns and cannon and mortars, and anyone who stepped outside was in danger. And approximately 110 Israeli Haganah and Irgun fighters were trying to defend the 1,700 residents of the Jewish quarter, but they were heavily outnumbered, and slowly the Jordanians were blowing up post after post, house after house, until the Jews were basically had their one last stop. And where were they standing? Right up there on the top of the Chorva synagogue, now of course rebuilt. The Haganah and Irgun fighters are standing there. They know they're basically the last chance, the last hope for the residents of the Jewish quarter to withstand the slaughter that the Jordanians and Arabs intended to put upon them. Let's see what happens next. I'll take you right there. Alright, so we're standing in front of the beautiful 4 Sephardi Bate Knesiot, where the chief Sephardi rabbi, the Rishon LeZion, is sworn in. But I don't want to tell you about that. I want to tell you about what's happening here on May 27th, 1948. For those 2 weeks where there's endless bombardment of the Jews, they went underground into the 4 Sephardi Bate Knesiot, which was basically serving as their hiding grounds away from the craziness. And the entire Jewish community was huddling. Each family got one mattress, and it was chaos. Unfortunately, there was a stench of death. It was also the makeshift hospital, and people were just trying their best to survive. There was one woman who actually gave birth during that 2-week period. She named her child Tikva, hope. In any case, there's a man named Jacob Tangi, and his job was to wrap up the dead. And when they passed away, he would deal with them and try to take care of them as best as they could. And on that dark night on May 27th, he didn't know what to do. And the residents who were hiding inside of here were begging the Israeli fighters to give in. We have no chance. We don't want to be slaughtered. They knew what happened in Gush Etzion. Please don't let us have that fate. Please give in to the Jordanians. In any case, that night, Jacob Tangi decided to do something a little crazy, and I'm gonna end our little story to show you what he did. Come with me. So that night, in the middle of all that madness, Jacob Tangi stands right here. Back then, it wasn't the Rova Coffee House. It was outside of the Beit El, beautiful synagogue, and he shows up with his bride, a woman named Hannah, who had snuck out from the Chorva synagogue, from her little post, and ran here because that night they were getting married. And them and their friends that night put up their talis as the chuppah as fast as they could, got married real quick, and right before they ran back to their posts, they sang, Od Yishama Yehuda U'B'chutzot Yerushalayim. Right now, it seems really dark and crazy, and yes, the next day, the Jewish quarter was exiled from Jews. The Jews had to run away, and they capitulated to the Jordanians. But that night, Jacob and Hannah said, we believe, we pray, and we have faith that one day there will be the sound of joy, the sound of Jews living back in Yerushalayim. As you look around the beautiful Rova today. It doesn't take much convincing that we're living in prophetic times. And the schus and the merit of all of that, our faith, of our knowledge that yes, we will go through dark times, Am Yisrael, but ultimately we'll get back up on our feet. L'chaim, l'chaim. Hope you have a beautiful day.